Well, hello and welcome back to Neptune Fish Tarot. I'm going to be doing a reading for the sign of Cancer. Cancer, we're going to be doing a reading for your love relationships, whether you are single, in a relationship, in separation, in a long-term committed relationship, doesn't matter. I think that we have a message for anybody here. So take whatever resonates and leave the rest behind. So, Cancer. I did go ahead and shuffle up all your cards already, and I've got like 5 different oracles. We've got some love messages from Spirit at the end. I did use 2 tarot decks. The main deck is Kim Krans' The Wild Unknown Tarot, and we're clarifying over the top of that with Ciro Marchetti's, which one of his? I've got several of his decks. I think we are using... Ooh, it's not coming to my mind. Well, just leave it. We'll just leave it as Ciro Marchetti. It's one of Ciro Marchetti's decks. It's listed down below in the description box if you really want to know. All right, so let's get into the message, Cancer, without further ado. So I did pull out the first card, and I wanted to get the overall energy for the reading. And yeah, pretty rough, Cancer. It is the 9 of Swords. And so here we see some really anxious energy, right? The sword's mental energy. You can just see by the visual in the card. It looks like you're kind of upset. I'm gonna say that there's something about this relationship that's causing you some real anxiety, some anguish, maybe some guilt, some mental uneasiness, right? And underneath it, I asked for the tarot to give us a card that would represent like an obstacle. So what are the obstacles, the blind spots, the part of the relationship that might be tripping you up at this time? And we got the 9 of Wands. So 2 9 cards. And in this position, Cancer, I would say one of the other signs got the 9 of Wands here as well. And so what I think about that is, so in the 9 of Wands, we usually see sort of like this wounded warrior who has gone really, really far into his journey, and he gets to the stopping point and he's super tired. But he's hanging on, right? He's persisting. He's continuing. He's continuing to see the journey all the way to the end. But in the obstacle position, Cancer, it's as if you've come to this point and you just don't think you can continue. You're tired, right? Something has gone on with this relationship, and it seems like it is coming apart, and we do see that. So when we get into the reading, it starts right off the bat with the 5 of Cups clarified by the Knight of Cups. So 5 of Cups, really sad, disappointed. You're kind of thinking back, you're reflecting back, Cancer. And you're making a decision to move forward and to move away from the relationship. And I think that you're not entirely certain, because you're weighing it up still. Okay, you're weighing it up still, and we're gonna see a little bit more of that here. Because here's the thing, the truth is that when you entered into this relationship with this person, whether you're with them now, in separation from them now, you're still connected with them. There's a Father of Pentacles energy surrounding the relationship, which means that this is something that had a very long-term trajectory. And I think, Cancer, that a lot of the disappointment stems from the fact that you really believed that this was something that was going to go the distance. You had an idea that this would be a long-term thing that would bring you the Father of Pentacles, stability, long-term stability, right? So whether that means as far as the abundance in your financial situation, your home life, but also that stability and that long-term connection that you were going to enjoy with this partner. And here we see clarified by the Five of Pentacles, there is certainly this like conflict, right, where one or the other of you has sort of been sidelined, knocked out into the cold, and maybe not even willing to repair the issue. Maybe not willing, at this point anyway, to address the issue. And I think that's what's causing all of the anxiety, is because it's really upended your stability, Cancer. It's really like, I mean, in Cancer, you're a water sign, right? So, and a fixed water sign at that. So anything where, you know, something that you've really invested long term in, you're not typically a sign that we see just like up and move out, like, you know, suddenly, without some really, really long, intensive thought process on it. You know, a fixed sign, you're kind of like the glue. And Cancer is a sign also, you know, with the crab, they require a certain emotional continuity in their relationships. And so something like this would definitely throw you into a really, really upset mental state, right? Because here's what you expected from this relationship. We've got the Queen of Wands with the Four of Wands. Again here, showing that you were confident that this was your divine partnership, that this was going to be the stable, long-term, committed marriage type of relationship. That's the kind of situation that we are talking about. And now you find yourself, Cancer, in this place of having to consider whether this relationship can be saved, right? We're at a stopping point. Seven of Pentacles, clarified by the Six of Pentacles. And so it looks to me, Cancer, like it's probably your partner in the situation who is not reciprocating, who's not, you know, I think that you're the one who is likely in the partnership to have been putting in all of the work, that, you know, you were like this Mother of Wands, right? You were the one who was sort of like nurturing and putting in all of the effort to make sure that, you know, there was going to be long-term abundance, that there was going to be long-term stability, that you were going to have a nice home, that things were going to be on an even keel. And I think when you got to the stopping point, the Seven of Pentacles, and you began to question, let's take a look at the harvest. Where are we in this relationship? And you started to question whether this person was really pulling their own weight, Cancer. And that's kind of what I am seeing here, because then the next card we have is this Ace of Cups, clarified by the Ten of Cups and the Strength. And so it's like, Cancer, you're perfectly willing to renew your emotion, right? Over and over and over again, to invest into this relationship by renewing your love for this person, because you want this Ten of Cups. You really do want to really have the strength and the fortitude and the patience, right, to bring this relationship into this happy family state. you are looking for everything from the 1 through the 10. Like, you want all the cups, Cancer, and you're willing to work to do it, to get it. But alas, here you are in the state, this 10 of Swords, and it's like you're looking at the storm on the horizon, and you're waiting for something to change, and you're waiting for something to come in, and you're just gutted. You've got on either side, you've got the 10 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. I mean, this is just mental upheaval. You feel stuck. You feel defeated. Really, really sad, really upset, very conflicted, not sure how to proceed forward. Because we do see the last card. This is a 4 of Wands. Again, a 4 of Wands. You know, stable partnership, stable home, stable relationship, clarified by the 2 of Swords. So you are at a crossroads, my friend, Cancer. And what to do. What to do. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got the 5 of Cups. Just really, really disappointed. And the King of Cups, or sorry, the King of Wands. Having to be the one to make the decision, right? I mean, this is masculine energy. Creative energy. Like, I think you feel like you're the one who has to make something happen here. And maybe the case is, the fact is that you're not getting any cooperation from this partner, from this partnership. So, yeah, I don't think that you've reached a decision yet. I think that you're still debating, but I do have a feeling that you've come to the end of your ability to sort of deal with it. So let's take a look and see what we got from the universe as far as guidance. Okay, well, that's positive. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. And actually, let me look at this card, because there was something with this full moon in Gemini card. I feel like there's something here for a message that might be super helpful to us if I can get the book open. Let's take a look here and see what we have on this full moon in Gemini. This card is a reminder that it's important to speak your truth, but remember that your words have consequences and impact your listener. Right now, you need to guard against indiscretion. The answers you need may well come soon. The issue you're facing could well be one or a few conversations away from being resolved. If you're inquiring about a love situation, a little flirting may be called for. If you're in the middle of an argument, this card comes to you as a reminder of the old, very non-Gemini message, least said, soonest mended. It's good to talk, but be careful you aren't causing yourself any issues with your words. Your words have enormous power. You create magic and your own reality every time you express yourself. Yes. So be careful with your words. So it's interesting. So then we had 2 Wisdom of the Oracle cards come out, and I feel like they're very different messages. So Treasure Island would seem to indicate, like, and again, it's a number 9 card. We had a lot of 9s in this reading. It's like you're coming into a place where you're going to come into a place where there is treasure. Like, so maybe the message is to just sit tight and to hold on for a little while longer. But then next to it, we had Not For You. And typically I read that card to mean that whatever the situation is, and in this case, we're talking about a relationship, that this relationship is not for you. So we'll come back to that in just a minute. Then we got be supportive, make a genuine effort to show you care. Okay, well, now that's making me start to think. Maybe it's your approach to this, Cancer. Maybe what the advice is telling us here, now that I'm seeing it all together. Maybe up to this point, the approach that you've taken with this person has not yielded the results that you want, and you're at a crossroads and you're not sure how to move forward. Maybe the words that you've spoken in previous conversations, they're not the right ones. Maybe that in order to lead you to this treasure island, what you need to speak into being is something different than what you've done before. And the love oracles are telling you that you need to be more supportive. Aha. Well, Cancer, this could be very important. So perhaps it's the way that you're speaking to your partner. Maybe we want to try a different approach. Make a genuine effort to show that you care. Get to know each other. Learn to meet another's need for love. So perhaps it's wise to inquire with your partner. Let's flip the script. What can you do to meet their needs? Maybe they are actually the one who is feeling as though their needs are not being met, and maybe the crux of all of this difficulty is gaining a new perspective on how you can, instead of just throwing away something that's like a long-term partnership, how can you turn it around so that you can come to a stable place in your mind, so that you can have the stability and the long-term partnership that you desire, right? The happy home, the happy family. So this is interesting. And then finally, you got this goose card. Your dreams and desires are calling you to action. The journey begins today, Cancer. Your dreams and desires are calling you to action. The journey begins today. Get to know each other and be supportive. Interesting. Perhaps the crossroads that you find yourself at is taking a second look at how you've approached this entire relationship. If this is what your desire is, the Ace of Cups with the Ten of Cups and the Strength card, perhaps the advice is to take a second look at your relationship and what you can do to be supportive and to get to know your partner in a new way. The answers you need are coming. Be careful with your words. Interesting. Let's look and see what we got for the love oracles. Let's see what Spirit gives us here. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life, and true love, this is the romance of a lifetime. So that's interesting. It would seem to indicate that this partnership is the romance of a lifetime, and yet at the same time it would seem to indicate that there are some true issues that need to be worked through. This is a complex one, Cancer, I'm not going to lie. I don't know that this tarot reading is going to give you all of the prescriptions for how to mend this relationship, but what I can say is that it looks like this relationship is worth mending. it does look like this relationship is worth mending. I think that this is not a fly-by-night thing. I don't think this is somebody that you just met last month. I think that this reading is for somebody out there who is trying to salvage something that is meaningful and that is long term, and it's always your choice. You always have a choice, but Cancer, you are at a crossroads. You are at a crossroads, and it's going to take a lot of mature energy to reframe all of the stuff that's happened up to this point. It's going to take a lot of mature energy for you to let go of the past disappointments, to let go of the conflict, right? Of feeling stuck and feeling defeated and all of the mental sort of energies that are going on right now. The expectations maybe that you've attached to this relationship. And I would say this: you may need to get some help, my dear friends, my dear Cancer friends. You may need to get some assistance and some help with this. All right, there's probably not really much else I can say about this reading. This is a pretty complicated one, Cancer, I'm not going to lie. Good luck with you on this one. I hope that there was something in here that resonated with you and that helped. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.